Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. That's how we say it here in the Philippines. It means good morning, everybody. Thank you very much, Patty, for the introduction, and thank you to EC for your opening remarks. And a special thank you to the Philippine American Educational Foundation and the staff working with EC, and you see them around the room today, who have been working so hard to put this conference together. Job well done. And a real warm thanks to the Cultural Center of the Philippines Chorale. I want to say wonderful, that was incredible. I would also like to thank Assistant Secretary Iparagire for your participation today. Thank you, Lori. And to Dr. Contreras for the remarks that you will be giving soon. Thank you very much, sir. And of course to Jim Kaufman, the Executive Director from Malaysia, and a word of thanks for hosting this event last year. So thank you, Jim. Welcome to Manila, everybody. We're so happy to have you here, and we hope that you will have a productive and enjoyable stay here in the Philippines. As EC mentioned, next week, the PAEF, as we call it, the Philippine American Educational Foundation, will mark its 62nd anniversary. So congratulations to PAEF. Now, none of us were here at that time, of course, but what we're doing is we're continuing the legacy of that work today. And as she mentioned, PAEF is the oldest continuously operating Fulbright program in the world. We're very proud of that. So please permit me to say a few words about the wonderful programs administered jointly by the United States and the Philippines through PAEF, because I know that many of the countries in which you're living and working have similar rich histories and success stories. The U.S. and the Philippines have a long-standing and steadfast partnership, especially in education. Many of you may have heard of the Thomasites. How many have heard of the Thomasites? I know that all the Philippine hands are going to go up, maybe not so much the rest. The Thomasites were U.S. civil servants who came to the Philippines during the early colonial period and founded the first public education system in the Philippines. Still very famous and very widely admired throughout the Philippines. Now, while they initially taught children directly, their true legacy was the partnership with thousands of Filipino educators that they trained. Those teachers then trained other teachers, and those taught an entire nation. The story of the Thomasites is a reminder that one of the oldest collaborative efforts between the United States and the Philippines is in the field of education. The system of public education in the Philippines has served as the basis for the enduring relationship between our two countries, not only in education, but also in other areas of shared democratic values. And this partnership has been a blueprint for U.S.-Philippine cooperation. Our early collaborative educational efforts helped pave the way for the establishment on March 23, 1948, of the Fulbright program, a critical component of the U.S.-Philippine partnership. And it is in that spirit of partnership that American and Filipino Fulbright scholars have worked together, not only in formal educational settings, but side by side in cities, villages, and agricultural research centers for many decades. In the United States, Filipino Fulbrighters have worked alongside their American counterparts, displaying their world-class talents, their adaptability, and their insights into problems faced by both nations. To date, more than 2,000 Filipino scholars have gone to the U.S. under the Fulbright program to pursue graduate and non-degree studies in various fields, including research and lecturing grants. And close to 1,000 American Fulbrighters have been awarded grants for research and lecturing in universities and institutions throughout the Philippines. In addition, nearly 100 mid-career Filipino professionals committed to public service have received Humphrey Fellowships for professional advancement and enhancement. Many Filipino students and professionals have benefited from the various programs and educational exchanges that PAEF administers. Through the Fulbright program, we come together not only for the purpose of short-term gains, but to deepen over time the shared values between the United States and the countries with which we partner. The Fulbright program symbolizes the enduring commitment of all our nations to strengthen our long-term bilateral relationships and advance mutual understanding among our peoples. And our governments remain committed to continuing the critical work of educational and cultural and programs and exchanges. Finally, let me close with a couple of quotes from the founder of the Fulbright program, William J. Fulbright himself. The first one is inspirational, and the second one is both philosophical and practical, and I think both continue to resonate today. He said, "The rapprochement of peoples is only possible when differences of culture and outlook are respected and appreciated, rather than feared and condemned. When the common bond of human dignity is recognized as the essential bond for a peaceful world." And then in a separate quote, he said, "These exchange programs, they're the things that reconcile me to the difficulties of political life." So you can see there that he had his dreams, and he was also a politician, and he had the realism. He was able to bring those two together, and that resulted in what we have here today. Programs between the United States and many other countries working for the benefit of the people of all those countries. Your work is inspiring, yet practical. I commend you for your contribution to improving societies in America and in Southeast Asia, and I wish you a successful conference. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat, which means thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Dr. Eileen Crawford. My home institution is Southern Connecticut State University in New Haven, Connecticut. I'm here on a Fulbright program in Vietnam, and I'm teaching at the University of Pedagogy in Ho Chi Minh City, the Đại học Sư phạm. And the Fulbright experience so far has really been beneficial to me in a number of ways. I've been able to, by teaching undergraduate students and with working with faculty members at the university, really experience the Vietnamese institution of higher education from the inside out. And this has been invaluable in helping me to grow my own understanding of some of the real issues that Vietnamese higher education institutions are facing, but also collaboratively work with faculty to address some of those issues and to bring my own experience to bear on that. So I can easily say that I've benefited as much from the exchange as my students and my colleagues have.
Hi, I'm Joseph Scalise. I'm a doctoral candidate from the University of California, Berkeley. I'm conducting research here in the Philippines on the history of the Philippine Communist Party from 1968 up until the present day, its various vicissitudes and splintering. And I conduct this research through the generous support of the Fulbright program, which has enabled me to carry out field work and to write up the findings. It has also provided me with a network of support, colleagues that I can rely on to provide me outside perspective and other disciplines that both cause my work to have nuances that it wouldn't otherwise have had, and also provide a group of friends that I can look to.
My name is Patricia Justine Tumong, and I'm a 2008-2009 Fulbright Scholar here in the Philippines, conducting research on the legacy of the women of Malolos and historical representations of Filipino women during the Philippine Revolution for a novel that I'm writing. The Fulbright has helped me tremendously with my career as a writer. It's given me the opportunity to do research that I otherwise wouldn't have had the opportunity to do in the United States because of the demographic that I'm dealing with, which is Filipino women from a certain region in Bulacan, Malolos. I was able to interview the 93-year-old daughter of one of the women of Malolos, and she regaled me with all these rich and vibrant stories of women in her family, her mother's sisters and cousins who fought for a right to education during a time when women were considered silent, they were submissive and didn't have access to an education. So the Fulbright has been a very tremendous experience for me. Thank you.